The first light of morning spilled over the terracotta rooftops of Positano, casting a golden glow across the narrow, winding streets that clung to the cliffside. Lucy stood on the balcony of her rented villa, barefoot and wrapped in a linen shawl, watching the sea shimmer beneath the rising sun. Today was festival day. She could already hear the distant hum of excitement. Church bells chiming in the square below, the faint strumming of a guitar, and the animated chatter of vendors setting up along the stone-paved piazza. The air was fragrant with salt, citrus, and the promise of something magical. Lucy had arrived in this small Italian town 2 days earlier, chasing a dream she'd scribbled into her travel journal years ago. Attend a summer festival in a coastal village in Italy. It had sounded simple then, even romantic. But now, as she tied her sandals and stepped out into the cobblestone street, she realized how fully the dream was about to come alive. The festival had a name, La Festa del Lucy, the Festival of Lights, and it honored the patron saint of the village. But it was also a celebration of life, love, food, music, and the deep sense of community that defined every Italian town. The streets were lined with paper lanterns strung like pearls between balconies. Colorful banners fluttered from windows. Children in white and gold costumes darted between market stalls laughing. The entire town felt like a stage set for joy. Lucy followed the scent of roasted chestnuts and fresh focaccia into the heart of the square, where an elderly woman with silver hair tucked beneath a scarf handed her a warm pastry filled with lemon cream. "Benvenuta, Bella," the woman said, smiling. Lucy smiled back. "Grazie." She took a bite and nearly wept. It was the taste of sunshine and tradition, wrapped in layers of flaky perfection. All around her, life unfolded in cinematic detail. A trio of musicians began playing a waltz on violin, accordion, and mandolin. Young couples twirled barefoot in the square. The church doors opened and priests emerged in flowing robes, followed by townsfolk carrying candles. As the procession made its way toward the sea, Lucy fell and stepped behind them. The candles flickered in the morning breeze, their soft light mirrored by the glimmer of waves below. Down at the shore, fishing boats had been decorated with ribbons, flowers, and tiny lights. Lucy boarded one of the boats with a small group of locals. They set out gently into the bay, the water rocking them in rhythm. From this vantage point, she could see the entire coastline, steep cliffs wrapped in green, pastel houses stacked like a dream, and above it all, the church bell tower glowing in the sun. The priest offered a prayer in Italian. People lowered their candles onto the sea, and the water lit up like a sky of floating stars. Lucy felt tears prick her eyes. Not sadness, not even joy, just the overwhelming beauty of it all. Later, back on shore, the festival transformed into a celebration of the senses. Long wooden tables were set up along the beach, where platters of seafood, olives, sun-dried tomatoes, cheeses, and crusty bread were passed around freely. Jugs of red wine and pitchers of lemon spritz flowed. Lucy sat beside a woman named Julia who spoke little English, but whose laughter was so infectious they didn't need words. They toasted, clinked glasses, and danced under the afternoon sun as a folk band filled the air with rhythm. By evening, the sky had turned a soft lavender. The lanterns were lit one by one, and the piazza was bathed in golden light. Children paraded with handmade paper stars. Teenagers set off firecrackers near the cliffs, each pop echoing like distant thunder. At nightfall, the fireworks began, rockets bursting above the sea, exploding in red, green, gold. Lucy stood at the edge of the crowd, hands over her heart, face tilted to the sky. She had never felt more alive. After the final volley faded, applause rose like a wave. Strangers hugged. Old men wiped their eyes. Music started again. Lucy wandered slowly back to her villa. Her cheeks were flushed, her feet dusty from dancing, her heart full. On her balcony, she sat with a glass of limoncello and looked out over the glowing town. She picked up her journal and wrote. I didn't just witness something beautiful today. I became part of it. Somewhere in the distance, someone was still playing the mandolin.